Hello, Kubrick Lover 1972 here. So I wanted to show my Criterions that I've bought recently. I bought a few from the Barnes& and Noble sale this past November. I got another one off of Amazon. And then I have a Barnes& and Noble credit card, so when you spend up to $2,500, you get a $25 gift certificate to either their store or online. And I was visiting my brother, and I went to Barnes and Noble there, and that's how I got it, that one. And I also have a membership for Barnes and Noble, and they give me another 10% off, so I only paid like a few dollars for it. The one I got from Amazon, I got from birthday and Christmas presents, and it was a gift certificate, so I barely paid anything for that, just like a few dollars. So we'll start with the Amazon. So anyways, and that's a Decalogue. I know that Dean, you've Dean the DVD has showed this. I haven't watched your video, Dean, because of Decalogue I'm talking about, because I wanted to, look at it myself when I got it. I wanted to be sort of surprised, and I'll watch your video, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it. And I seen it before. I saw a Fastest copy of it, Fastest video. Probably Dean has shown this, but I'll show it. Booklet, which is nice when they include booklets. Nice photos there. And Kieslowski did a Colors trilogy. I think I've shown that on my channel. I'm not sure. But I like all the Colors trilogies, all the color films. But my personal favorite's White, and I say White is one of my favorite films. I've got a lot of favorite films. I sort of have a top 10 list, but they could be replaced by films by the same director. And there are other films I like that are not in that tentative top 10 that I could, replace. So for me, seeing so many movies, it's more like 40, 50, something like that, are my favorite movies of all time. And I can't really say which one's 1 and which one's 10. And it's like a whole bunch of films that are my favorites, So anyways, I think each of these is about the Decalogue. Each picture is depicting a Decalogue number. And I know these address the 10 Commandments, but like Kieslowski was not like being preachy with it, but just kind of trying to apply it towards ordinary life, So anyways, everybody's probably seen these. Maybe if not Dean, then somebody else has shown them on YouTube. Because YouTube's so vast and gigantic with so many people that you're bound to run into seeing the same stuff over and over again. So yeah, I haven't watched this yet or watched the special features, so I'm looking forward to seeing it again. I like this a lot, the Decalogue. So I was looking forward to this coming out on Criterion. And Dean, I'll watch your review of it. I don't know. I think I can't remember if you reviewed it or not. So anyways, so let's get to the Barnes & Noble ones. First of all, we've got Valley of the Dolls. And I had no idea that Sharon Tate and Patty Duke were, two of the main characters. I don't really know a lot about this. I know it's based on a novel. I guess dolls, it says are pills, and Valley's a narcotized state of mind, it says here. Audio commentary um, featuring actor Barbara Parkins, and she's one of the main characters I see, and journalist Ted Casablanca. New interview with writer Amy Fine Collins about author Jacqueline Susan and the costumes in the film. New video essay by critic Kim Morgan. Footage from Sparkle, Patty Sparkle, in 2009's gala tribute to actor Patty Duke at the Castro Theater in San Francisco. A world premiere of Voyage and Jacqueline Susan and Valley of the Dolls, two promotional films from 1967. Episode of the television program Hollywood Backstories from 2001 on the film, screen tests and trailers, and a booklet. That's great too. That's beautiful, the way the effort that Criterion puts into their DVDs and Blu-rays. Oh, so far all these are Blu-rays except the last one will be a DVD. So I don't know. Maybe I didn't even look at the booklet in here, but it looks pretty cool, So, it's got some nice pictures. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this. This will be pretty interesting to see. I wish I could have bought more Criterions during the sale, but I've moved into a new place since the middle of September, and I've had to buy things like lamps, and so it's just anyways. So, and then there's nice black and whites back there, and like pink. Oh, they're pills. I see, they're pills. And you got a nice photo there. So this would be interesting to watch. And now the next Blu-ray follows in the footsteps of Beyond the Valleys of the Dolls. It uses the same title, but the people that wrote the screenplay, which were Roger Ebert and Russ Meyer, they use the title, but it's not really a sequel to The Valley of the Dolls, as they say, as Roger Ebert said. In 1970, 20th Century Fox, impressed by the visual zing King of the Nudies Russ Meyer had been bringing to bargain basement exploitation fare, handed the director a studio budget and the title to one of its biggest hits, Valley of the Dolls. With a satirical screenplay by Roger Ebert, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls follows three young female rockers going Hollywood in hellbent 60s style under the spell of a flamboyant producer whose decadent bashes showcase Meyer's trademark libidinal exuberance. Transgressive and outrageous, this big studio version of a debaucherous midnight movie is an addictively entertaining romp from one of cinema's great outsider artists. And I do have a few of two other Russ Meyer movies. I have Fanny Hill, and I watched a bit of that. And I haven't watched it in a little while. I haven't watched the whole thing, obviously. And then the other one I have is Faster Pussycat Kill Kill, which is these like big-breasted big woman, and like the men are kind of weak characters in the film. Anyways, here's the front. There's the back. And let's see what it's got. It's got audio commentary with Roger Ebert. It's got another audio commentary with actors Dali Reed, Cynthia Myers, Harrison Page, John Lazar, and Erica Gavin. New interview with filmmaker John Waters, episode from 1988 of the Incredible Strange Film Show on director Russ Meyer. Q&A about the film from 1992 featuring Meyer, Ebert, Lazar, and Red, and actors David Gurion, Charles Napier, Michael Blodgett, and Edie Williams, with host Michael Dare. Interview with cast members from 2005, Above, Beneath, and Beyond the Valley. Look on up at the bottom, the best of Beyond, Sex, Drugs, Music and Murder, and Casey and Roxanne. 5 documentaries from 2006 about the making of the film, featuring the cast and crew, screen tests, trailers, and a booklet. And it's pretty cool. It's got the characters there. We got... I did watch the starting of this film, and I think it starts with like a concert, like a club kind of concert kind of thing, with the female rock musicians. I think Gene Siskel, he wasn't really overly wild about this movie. I think he thought it was okay, but not spectacular. Here you see Russ Meyer. Let's see. There you go. See more female rock musicians down there. I love how Criterion custom designs, the fonts, the letterings, the illustrations. The way they package a movie is very caring. As well as they're restoring the film to the best way it can be shown. I'm not going to show this picture because it's dances on it's close to nudity, so I know how they feel about nudity. That one's sort of risky too. Kind of risky, some of these. I'm just showing you the ones that are kind of, that don't have sexual connotations to them. Because there's a few of them, well, I don't think this will hurt. But there was a few, they weren't graphic. They weren't, they were just suggestive. But, like there's another one, I just passed another picture. It shows Meyer directing a woman, but she's like tied up and she's nude, and you don't see her, you don't really see her too, you don't see anything that you shouldn't see, but, well, I mean, that you wouldn't, it's done so you don't see the most private areas, so Russ Meyer's director's chair. I'm just looking at this right now. This is the first time I've looked at the booklet, So I'm looking forward to watching this. And I gotta hustle, I gotta, oops, wrong one. Because trying to do this in 20 minutes, and I'm on just about on the 15-minute mark, and I got 3 more to go. Okay, Chimes at Midnight, Orson Welles. I watch a trailer and I watch a little of the starting, and I know it's a combination of various Shakespeare plays and what's his name? I can't think of it. Orson Welles plays Falstaff. Is it John Falstaff? And it looks interesting. I think he really has a good visual knack for showing an interesting character like himself. Like having a pot lid on his head and using it in like a hat, or a helmet of some sort. So, I'm looking forward to that. It's got a nice picture of Orson Welles there. I guess these are knights. Oops. Okay, 2 more to go. Next one, I did have a copy of this previously, but I wanted the Blu-ray, and I knew this would come loaded with features, and it did. And it's Dreams by Kurosawa. And, well, let me just say, digital transfer supervised by cinematographer Shoji Udwa. New audio commentary by Stephen Prince, film scout Stephen Prince, Making of Dreams, 150-minute documentary, shot on set and directed by Nobuhiko Obayashi, who I think directed House. New interview with production manager Teruo Nogami. New interview with assistant director Takashi Koizumi. Kurosawa's Way, 2011, a 50-minute documentary by Kurosawa's longtime translator Catherine Cadu, featuring interviews with filmmakers Bernardo Bertolucci, Alejandro C. Inarritu, Martin Scorsese, Hayao Miyazaki, and others. Trailer and a booklet, which is nice to have a booklet. This is beautiful. I mean, this is just beautiful. I mean, I look, the menu, the moving menu on the Blu-ray was just beautiful color and sound, and that's one of the dreams right there. The DVD is not very decorative, I mean, it's okay, but let's get to the, I'm really rushing it. That's the last dream. They're like, short story kind of things, like different dreams. This is the first dream. Those are the foxes. Let me show that more again. Hope I can get this on YouTube okay and not have problems in the transferring it. Another dream. And the whole film is fantastic. I don't think there's a single dream that's bad, like a single story that's bad. I mean, winter right here, personification of winter. There's a picture of Kurosawa himself. That, I believe, is the second dream with the young boy about to experience it. Screenplay pages, that's kind of interesting. This one has Scorsese as Van Gogh in it, and it starts in an art museum looking at Van Gogh paintings. This one is by like nuclear radiation and that kind of a danger. That's the first one. Was that Scorsese? Not Scorsese. Kurosawa directing the young boy, the first one with a fox dream. And last but not least, I got this at Barnes & Noble just a few days ago. And a person I know highly recommended this movie, and it's a big influence on Ingmar Bergman, he said. It's got loads of stuff. It's got digital restoration with the archival film collection of the Swedish Film Institute, 2 scores, one by Swedish composer Maddie by, and the other by the experimental duo KTL, audio commentary featuring film historian Casper Tybjorge, interview with Ingmar Bergman, excerpted from the 1981 documentary Victor Seastrom, a portrait by Gosta Werner, The Bergman Connection, an original visual essay by film historian and Bergman scholar Peter Cowie and the film's influence on Bergman. Footage of the construction of the Rosunda studio where the Phantom Carriage was the inaugural production. New improved in English subtitle translation on a booklet. And this, I got DVD. I would have loved to have the Blu-ray. But maybe it doesn't matter too much because, this is a silent movie. And even though it's nice to have a silent movie that isn't Blu-ray, and I have maybe one or two or so that are, see the figure there, that are Blu-rays that are silent. I have a few, I think. The Kid, for example, by Chaplin. I have that on Blu-ray. But anyways, so then you have this nice photo here. It's about like, from what the guy I know who works at the local cinema near here, he says that death comes and collects a person when they're about to die, and then that person has to go for a whole year collecting souls, and Victor Seastrom, I believe, is in the movie as well. He's the director, and he was also in a movie that Bergman directed, which is regarded as one of the great films of all time, and one of Bergman's greatest, Wild Strawberries. It's about an aging professor, and it's got a great dream sequence in it where he's seeing his own coffin. So, Wild Strawberries, that's a good film, and as I promised, I said I would show my whole movie collection. And I'm sort of slow on that, as you might notice, because you haven't seen it on my channel yet. But I hope, hopefully I'll get around to doing some more showings of my whole collection. And Wild Strawberries is part of that. I don't know if I showed my Bergman before in a previous video on YouTube. I'll check and see. In any case, that's what I got. So, Phantom Carriage by Victor Seastrom, Kurosawa's Dreams, Orson Welles, Chimes at Midnight, Russ Meyer, and a screenplay by Russ Meyer and Roger Ebert, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. I don't know, the director's Mark Robeson, from a novel by Jacqueline Susan, Valley of the Dolls, and then Koslowski's The Decalogue. So, all right, and I really enjoy talking to everybody here on YouTube, and really enjoy participating in the, the back and forth dialogue between us. Is just, it really is enjoyable, and it really is it's a gratifying experience. It's very it's a very good thing to, talk to people about things you're interested in, that you share in common. And thanks for watching my video, and, subscribe and like and whatever. And also, if you have a chance, I know I've reiterated this a few times, I have GarageBand videos. I have a few poems. I put one up a few weeks ago. I think I got like 8 views. My newest GarageBand videos got about 10 views, and just a few. Well, more than a few. A few other GarageBand videos only got like 1 or 2 views. So if you could watch those, I'd appreciate it. I don't know. I mean, a lot of them are just mixed tracks, and I'm not really, quote, composing the music. I'm just mixing loops of music and putting them together. So, and putting interesting images to go with the videos. with the music. So, and then there's my poems. There's my my DVD collection. I don't know if I have any reviews. I have a few things like thoughts about various topics, mostly film stuff, I guess you could say, but there are a few other things. Maybe there's like one on politics, but really it's all film related when I talk about stuff like that. And there's a short film I'm thinking of making, and I don't know. It's kind of it's got a car chase in it, and it's I don't know if I think I know how I could do it, but anyways, I wrote this treatment, which is like a shortened version of what the script would be like, or a description of the script. And what I did was I did a storyboard, and I got the pictures for the storyboard on Google Photos. And then I put that in the iMovie, and I used sound effects, music, and voiceover narration to tell what's happening. And that's my film I want to make, called Cost of Love. So take a look at that. And I took a digital filmmaking class recently, and I did a video for the class because we had to do If Dogs Could Talk. That's what was agreed upon. And I thought, what about a singing dog? So I had the ZZ Top song, Dirty Dog. So that's what I did. And I think I should have finessed it a little bit more, because there's this, the instrumental track. I should have worked on that a little bit more. Maybe I'll go back to it and do it. But I could have finagled around it with the instrumental a little bit, and, would have made it a tiny bit more interesting, I think. But anyways, it's getting near 30 minutes now, and I hope this will get on YouTube. What I mean by that is I hope this video is not too big that it won't get on YouTube, because I think when I have stuff that's in the 20-minute or lower range,